NFL playoffs. We're talking about NFL playoffs. You bet we are. Get in on the action at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Scoring touchdown is the key to winning NFL playoffs, and the key to you scoring big, betting on them at DraftKings, the number one place to bet touchdowns. Ready to place your first bet? Try betting on something as simple as a player to score 6. Go to DraftKings Sportsbook app, make your pick. Here's another reason to bet your favorite player to crush it in the playoffs. New customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Score big during the NFL playoffs with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code MONEYMOVES. That's code MONEYMOVES for new customers to get $200 in bonus bet instantly when you bet just $5. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. Y'all know me. I'm your favorite Unc, that guy. Damn. Ocho, you there?
Yeah, what's wrong?
You ain't
what
got
happened?
no spotlights?
You calling me black?
Nah. I mean, I didn't even know you was sitting there for the longest time. I said, man, where Ocho? They said, man, Ocho sitting in that chair. I ain't even, hey.
Come on, man.
I mean, damn.
I've been tanning. I've been going to the tanning salon. I'm trying to get
Well, you might need to go to the Sammy Sosa salon.
No, I don't want to get light. I want to get darker. You know they say black. They say blacker the juice, the sweeter the berry.
No, I think it's the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. But I think the chat.
That's what
I think the chat understood what you was going for.
That's what I said. I said the blacker the juice, the sweeter the berry.
Nah, it's the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Yeah, but we get what you're going. We get what you're trying to say. Yeah, we get it.
Okay, you right.
That's the Liberty City legend, Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. Every subscriber counts. We thank you for joining us every time we show up. Started out at 3 nights a week, 4 or 5. No matter what, no matter when, you guys show up for us, and we greatly appreciate that. Please make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. And what better way to celebrate the 2025 year than with a bottle of Shea by Laportier? Now, if you cannot find it in a city or a state near you, order it and we will ship it directly to your door. And one more favor I ask of you, please drink responsibly. Go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast. Hold on. Oh, I forgot this. Please subscribe to the Humble Baddies YouTube page. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Outstanding episodes. They had some great questions today. Do you run? A guy still texts his ex. Do you run? Do you stay? Red flag. What do you do? It was great listen to, guys. But go subscribe to the Humble Baddies YouTube page. The link is pinned at the top of our chats. Also, follow Shay Media on all of its platforms. And my clothing company, 84, with 84 being spelled out. We did these. Titus, I see you. Our newest release just dropped last month. T-shirts, sweats, beanies, koozies, and mugs. Quantities are limited, so please make sure you grab yours while supplies last. Tickets for our Super Bowl show in New Orleans. It's our first spring tour stop, and the tickets are on sale now. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. VIP meet and greets tickets officially sold out today, but there are still many tickets left to attend the big show. February the 6th at the Mahalia Jackson Theater in New Orleans. Be there. Great guests lined up. You don't want to miss this, guys. Both Nightcap and Club Shay Shay have been nominated for NAACP Image Awards. Nightcap was nominated for Outstanding Podcast in the Arts, Sports, and Entertainment. Club Shay Shay was nominated for Outstanding Podcast, Society, and Culture. Please go vote for you guys. The link is also pinned in our social bios. We have a very, very special guest joining us later in the show, Chief Royal Ramey. We're going to talk. He's a fire inspector, right? Fire chief? Firefighter. He was a firefighter. Has a very interesting story. You know, guys, we say we like to entertain you, we like to inform you, and we like to educate you. So we felt very compelled, especially what's going on in California right now with the Palisades and the wildfires up in Malibu, to have someone on that can provide a better insight into actually what's going on and what's the best way to get a handle on it. Ocho, before we go to Ocho, I want to read a report about Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh said today that he will have a cardio ablation this offseason and hip replacement surgery. Ocho, remember I was having a conversation with you? I say, I know that walk. I've seen that walk several times.
Oh, and you did say that not long ago on the show.
Ocho, I know that walk.
So
I know a guy that had that walk for the better part of 3 years.
So it's painful,
What?
huh? Hold on, wait a minute now, huh? Wait a minute. If he's getting the surgery, if he's gonna get it now, what's the timetable as far as healing? And will he be able to coach?
Yeah, he'd be fine. He was fine. I mean, Ocho, I had the first surgery I had on a Wednesday, on a Saturday. I was doing squats and lunges that following Thursday. Oh,
What?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it ain't no, now, for me, the PT told me, say, hey, take a little, some Ambien, not Ambien. Take some pain medicine. So I took a couple of Tylenol, something like that, because he said we're gonna put it through. It's gonna be a little painful. You got to realize, Ocho, you got that incision, and you got the surgery, the artificial hip that's in there. So you're gonna have to bite down. I had a towel. I had to bite down on that towel, Ocho, because there's tears rolling down your boy's eyes. But I knew sometimes people wait too late, and it gets you don't get that flexibility in there. I wanted the flexibility immediately, and so I had to bite the bullet. But Ocho, going as a professional athlete, we have stuff like that. You don't know what it's like to be injured, and so you probably hadn't had to do a whole lot of rehab other than a little sprained ankle. But if you've had surgery, if you've gone through things, you kind of know what it's like. And so it only took me, Ocho. I was back working out. They normally say, okay, 6 weeks. I was back working out in 4 weeks. But I was squatting 5 days after I actually had the surgery, squatting and lunging. I see you, buddy.
So hold on, I'm confused. Now after you get these surgeries, now are the rods or whatever they put in place?
Oh, they're there.
So what happens? Does it affect you when you're in cold weather? Or
no, you will never have pain in that because there's no bone. There's nothing to be arthritic. So you're gonna be great. And like the doctor told me, said, you won't believe how well you feel after you have this surgery. Everybody that's ever had this surgery that I've spoken to, they rave about it. They rave about it. It is if you have hip pains, and the thing is, Ocho, some people young as Titus. I see you, buddy. Some people as young as 27, 28 are having total hip replacement.
At 27, 28, huh?
That thing, if it gets chronic, if it gets bad enough, Ocho, you get it done. Because I put it off. Ocho, I got the injection. I got the steroids injection. I got all that stuff, Ocho. But eventually that pain then it felt like they was giving me a placebo. It didn't even do anything. The pain medication that they was injecting in there, the steroid, it wasn't doing anything to help. So I just did that and got it done with. But Coach Harbaugh, you're going to be just fine. Being the next professional athlete like yourself and being as hard-headed as you are, I know you're going to put the time into rehab and you'll be back up and running and you'll be glad you had this surgery. I promise you. That pain that you feel, I don't know if he's taking any pain medication, but the pain that he feels, he won't feel it anymore. I promise you that, Ocho.
And hold on, I'm still thinking about that. You talk about people that's 27, 28, probably never played contact sports, never played at the highest level as far as NFL is concerned. How do you have hip problems at such an early age?
Sometimes it's degenerative. Degenerative. You just born with it. Look, my sister had both of hers. She ain't never played no surgery. She ain't never played no football.
No volleyball. She ain't played volleyball.
Nothing. Had both of them replaced. My brother had his replaced. About to have a knee replaced. I've had both of mine replaced. Obviously, if you're a professional athlete, the bounding, I was a jumper, a triple jumper and a long jumper in high school, played sports since I was 9 years of age. Obviously, all that pounding up and down, playing basketball all those years, obviously, yes. But Sometimes you're just born. I mean, think about all the people that never played a sport that's having knee replacement or hip replacement.
Right.
It just happened. But like I said, sometimes it's a situation where you have an accident, a car accident, a motorcycle accident, and the hip is destroyed. You got to
Okay.
get another one.
Okay.
Sometimes it's degenerative.
Right.
You just never know. But I just know you're glad you do, because once you have that surgery, I know you're glad you did,
Right.
because it's so damn painful.
Right. Now, I don't mean to be in anybody's personal business. I ain't mean to count. I don't mean to be in your pockets. Now, when we talk about these type of surgeries, what type of money we talking about?
Mine, I had my first one. I'm trying to think. I think I had my first one in July of 2020.
Yeah.
Like 104,000.
Oh man, and hell no. Hey, that hip gonna have to
No, it
stay
won't.
like that. Boy, gonna have to stay.
Oh no!
Oh,
You see,
oh.
hey, you see how Jim Harbaugh walking?
Hold on.
But
It's about like 104,000 American
yeah,
dollars.
but here's
Or
the thing,
or
Ocho.
pesos.
The longer you walk like that, now you wear down that knee. Now you mess up the other side, because the body is like a car. When the shocks go bad on one side, if you don't get it replaced, it mess up the rear end. Now your alignment is messed up. Now something else is thrown off. The body is meant to work simultaneous. Now, if something is catching,
Right.
and this side is work, now it's got to compensate for the side that's not working properly.
Yeah, but come on, listen. In this economy, think about the price point you just said. You talk about
Yeah,
104,000
yeah,
American dollars, not
yeah.
peso. Talk about American dollars. Everybody ain't got
Yeah,
that.
I mean, a lot of times it's older people, and then maybe you get Medicaid, Medicare, whatever to say. I'm very fortunate that obviously, I had medical insurance, but they don't pay for it. They don't pay for it all, and so I had to come out of my pocket, which was no problem. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to afford, because even if I didn't have medical insurance, I would have been able to afford it. But fortunately, I did have medical insurance, and it was able to offset some of the costs. But you understand that. But it's some things, Ocho, you just can't. And that's what I feel bad for people that don't have medical insurance or don't have the proper
Right.
medical insurance, because you get some diagnosis and then the insurance want to pay for half and don't pay. It'll bankrupt you. The quickest way to lose wealth is healthcare. If you don't have it,
Yeah.
I mean, some of these procedures cost $500,000, $1 million, $2 million, and you got drugs that's costing $20,000 a month. Who's gonna pay for that?
Hold on. What procedure costs almost 500,000 to a
Man, hey,
million?
you start having them transplants, lung, you start having kidney. Oh yeah, for sure. hmm Yeah, and then medicine. I mean, you get these certain kind of cancers, Ocho, and the medicine is $20,000 a month. Who gonna afford? Who can you afford $20,000 a month?
Listen, I listen. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I have a take, and I don't want to go there on the show tonight. As far as when it comes to cancer and things of that nature, but that's a whole nother can of worms. I'm gonna choose not to open up
Well,
tonight.
we understand the money is in the treatment, not the cure. So we'll just leave it as that. Ocho, according to a recent Athletic article, DeShaun Watson was a negative presence and couldn't be held accountable. These are the most damning excerpts. Coach Stefanski, I think he's a two-time NFL Coach of the Year, showed Watson clips from the offense during their meeting in March of 22, demonstrating how Watson could thrive in a wide zone play-action scheme crafted by Gary Kubiak and Mike Shanahan. But after he arrived in Cleveland, Watson never embraced Stefanski's system. He wanted to be in shotgun, and Stefanski wanted him under center play action, a more effective component. According to multiple players, those mistakes weren't pointed out in film session, frustrating at least a few veterans who believe Stefanski wouldn't criticize Watson in front of the team. When Jameis Winston placed Watson after he tore his Achilles, players said Stefanski returned to pointing out the quarterback's mistake in film session. Players told me there was a constant heaviness surrounding Watson in the locker room, and they felt different energy in the building departure after his Achilles injury in October. A couple of veterans told me it felt like a cloud had been lifted. For 3 years, the Browns consorted themselves to match Watson's strength and desires, but teammates ultimately grew tired of the organization catering to his ineffective quarterback and never really fit in Cleveland. He received at least one death threat.
Can I ask you a
Yes.
question? All this time, why all this coming out now? Just
But
curious.
here's the thing, Ocho. You asked the question. Remember you asked this question? You say,
Yeah.
why everybody else look effective in the offense other than DeShaun? Look at the offense
Right.
they ran with the other guys and look at the offense they ran with DeShaun. You should have had your answer. As I'm reading this, you should have had the answer to the question that you were asking.
Right.
Other guys were receptive of the type of offense that was going to be run. One guy wanted to run a specific type of an offense that he was so comfortable with in Houston. Now, for me, I'm a firm believer, Ocho. If you get a guy in free agency, you probably should do what he did where he was in order to get the max out of him.
Exactly.
But the problem is that that's not what I teach. I can't teach you a subject that I don't know. If I'm a history teacher, Ocho, I can't teach you math.
Let me interject real quick. If you see DeShaun Watson have success in Houston and understand he was able to do more with less, and he had success, where at that time when he was in Houston, he was considered a top 5 quarterback based on what he was able to do in said offense. So if you're bringing him in and you're paying him what you're paying him, guaranteed money, why not, as a coach, as an offensive coordinator, make sure you scheme and plan around whatever his strengths are and what he did offensively in Houston to make sure you get the same exact effect and result and product when he's in Cleveland. Not say, you know what? No, I have my own offense that I want to run. I have something that I want to that we're going to run that I created, my scheme, my plays, and we want you to fit into that mold. If that's not what he does, that's playing to his weakness, not his strengths.
Could I ask you a question? Could DeShaun teach him that?
Talk to me.
When Peyton went to Denver, he taught him that offense. He taught him what he knew. When Brady went to Tampa, he taught him what he knew. So could DeShaun teach it? Now, Mike, when RG3, that's really not the system that Mike wanted to run. But Mike went down to Baylor. He talked to Art Browse. He studied a lot of tape, and he implemented a system that was going to be conducive to what RG3 was good at. But even though that was the system that RG3 thrived in, he wanted to be Peyton. He wanted to be Brady. He wanted to be Drew Brees. Now, RG3 is going to disagree and say that's not the case. But I've got confirmation that was the case. So the question is, Ocho, can you teach someone the system that you knew? Could you teach it?
Right.
Because that's what Brady did. That's what Manning did.
Yeah.
Kevin Stefanski knows what he knows. He knows this system works.
Right.
It works. There's no question.
It didn't work with DeShaun, though.
Yeah.
It worked with
But
DeShaun.
he never tried to embrace it. At least give it a try. Ocho, what did you hey, I don't like this. You ain't even tried it. Boy, eat that food and see if you like it first before you turn your nose up at it.
Yeah. Hey, especially vegetables. Especially vegetables.
Look, it's not working. And it's too late to turn back now. So even if you put him in a system, I just believe there's too much damage that has been done to his body. Second Achilles, he's going to miss 26. Yeah. He's going to miss 25. If you think about Ocho, he's played what? In the last 3-4 years, the man might have played an entire season. That's if you put the games together. He might have played. So what was that? In 21, he didn't play. 22, he missed a part of the game. 23, he missed a large chunk, and he damn near missed all 24. So remember, in 21, he didn't play at all. Ocho, he was healthy, but he didn't play.
Yeah.
You can't get nothing out about not playing. I don't care what he preserved his body. But no, your body needs to go through that. Your body needs to drop back. Your body needs to feel these guys. You got to duck and dodge, and you got to keep your eyes downfield.
Right.
It's just I just think the best thing for DeShaun and I hate to say this, I think it's just time for them to part ways, Ocho.
You think so?
He's As much as I wanted to see it, he's never going to be what he was in Houston.
Can I ask
Yes.
you something? How old is DeShaun Watson? No,
30?
I don't even think he's 30 yet.
29. Yes.
29-year-old quarterback. You can't sit him out there to the pass.
No, I'm saying Cleveland cut ways. I'm not saying he should be done with the league.
Oh, okay.
No. He should be. Cleveland should be done. But Ocho, boy, that's an awful lot coming back off those two Achilles, Ocho, not one, two, and he hadn't played a whole lot. Think about it, Ocho. He's gonna play less than 15 games in a 5-year span. He missed basically all of 24. He's going to miss all of 25. He missed all of damn near 23. Half of 22. He didn't play all at 20 and 21. So he coming up to 26. Ocho. Think about if somebody asked you, Ocho, we're going to let you play 5 games this year, 5 games next year. But the previous year, you're going to miss the entire season. And the year after that, you're going to play 2 games. And then you're going to miss the entire season. And you're going to come back off the injury. You're not going to be the same, Ocho. Your body functions. You need to be able to do that thing. You got to be able to see it. I got If you're not doing that, Ocho, you lose that.
Damn, I mean that's crazy when you think about the quarterback position like that. That too.
It's all repetition because it's situations that you've been in. You start to lose those spidey senses. They don't tingle the same. That's why it's hard for a guy to go to the bench and come back in, Ocho, because you used to dodging that. You used to seeing that. Mm-hmm. And now all of a sudden they take that away from you. It takes you a while to get it back. Now, think about you going away for 4.5 years and played 13, 14 games in that span. Coming off a 2 Achilles. Now that's the most serious injury.
Hold on, and the funny thing about it, not only is it 2 Achilles injury, it's the same
Achilles
ankle.
And here's the thing, Ocho. What made him dynamic? It was his athleticism. How much athleticism do you think he's going to have? Because he didn't look the same, Ocho, when he got in, and he didn't have no injuries to his lower extremities.
Right. Yeah, and that's sad, man. Just in general,
it's hard to get that back, Ocho, because you stay in a boot. And it's just like anything. That muscle starts to atrophy. That calf muscle starts to atrophy.
Right. And other parts of the body start to compensate.
I just feel bad. Myles Garrett says the Browns are closer than people think to contend it. I've talked to GM Andrew Berry about what's going to make the most of the talent that's here. We're closer than some people think we are. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Not without a quarterback.
Why? Did he really?
Yes, what he said. We got it in parentheses, so that's what he said.
I doesn't believe that.
Quotation, excuse me.
Here we go. We just talked about players being PC, and not truthfully saying how they really feel. You understand the landscape of the NFL. You look at all the teams that are in the playoffs right now. I mean, obviously, it's about offense, it's about defense, but all the teams in the playoffs have what? What's the one common denominator? Every team in the playoffs? A quarterback.
I think.
Don't fool yourself.
I think Myles, but
you had a merry-go-round and carousel of quarterbacks all season long. You're not going to be able to compete, let alone in the AFC North, until you get a consistent quarterback, a good one at that.
I think Myles is in line for a contract extension, a big one.
Hey, if he's in line for a contract extension, he don't want to get it in Cleveland.
Yeah, he do.
That's not where you want to get it.
I get it. I get what he's saying. They drafted him number 1 overall. They paid him. They've been good by him. But I don't think they're close. He thinks they are. I don't think they are. Hold on. What pick are they in the draft? Who could they possibly get? And if you go to Cleveland, when you see the success that Baker Mayfield is having in Tampa, Cleveland 2? Oh, Cleveland gonna go. They pick number 2, Ocho.
Okay, they pick number 2. Where they going?
Quarterback, either Cam or Shedeur.
I mean, Sure, man. You think Prime?
No,
Come on
I
now.
don't think Prime won't.
No,
I don't think Prime wants Shedeur to go there. I do not.
Prime will intervene like Archie
Huh?
Manning did. Don't.
Oh, the Marks haven't taken Cam Ward.
Okay. Well, hold on. If they got him taking Cam Ward, who picked first?
Titans.
Okay. So Shedeur basically to the Titans.
That's where the Marks have it.
I'm sure. I mean, they're very upset with Will Levis.
Oh yeah, for
they
sure.
Don't like how that's
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I could see that. I could see that. Okay. So who picks third?
Giants.
Is New England,
Giants.
right? No?
Yeah.
The Giants? Oh my goodness. So that means
They might go. They might get take a quarterback in free agency, and then take Travis Hunter at 3.
veteran. Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Ooh, Travis Hunter. Hey, Travis Hunter and that. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. Can you imagine? I mean, Travis Hunter. I would hope. What position would he get drafted at? As what? A DB or
DB.
receiver?
Because
Hey,
it's easier to create packages for an offensive player than a package for a defensive player.
right. Hey, can you imagine? Can you imagine being in the Big Apple and how big being in that market can be for him? Woof. That's gonna be nasty work. That's nice.
Ocho, whoo! Okay, Russell Wilson and Arthur Smith reportedly had trouble working with one another with unsubstantiated rumors that Smith preferred Fields. Reports surfaced during the year that offensive coordinator Arthur Smith preferred Fields over Wilson, but that was never substantiated. Still, despite Wilson and Smith spending countless hours together after typical workday watching film and publicly joking about it, a team source recently said that Wilson and Smith did not have a very good working relationship, but fought through their differences as best they could. Reports also surfaced that George Pickens showed up late to their Christmas Day game, arriving at the stadium some 35 minutes late. I think he arrived, supposed to be there 2 hours before the game, and he arrived about an hour and 25 minutes before the game. Pickens showed up late to practice and games countless times now in his young career. It is believed the Steelers will move on from George Pickens this offseason. Would moving on from Wilson and Pickens this offseason be the best move for the Steelers?
I think for Pick, I think a change of scenery would be good. Not only a change of scenery, but being able to sit down and talk to somebody.
That's
being
your
able to sit down
job.
and talk to somebody. I got you. Huh? Being able to sit down and talk to a veteran player and getting them to understand that these years do go by fast. You know, these opportunities do go by fast. Right now, while you're not even close to your prime yet, you got to get right. You got to get right on the right track, because they will tolerate you, like you always say. They will tolerate you until they can replace you, Unc. And Pickens needs to understand that as great as you are, as good as you are, as much potential as you possess, we got to get that on the right track. We got to channel that energy. We got to channel that NBA in NFL young boy energy in the right direction. We got to channel it in the right direction. We got to put the energy into the game, into our craft, into wanting to be the best and being able to live up to your full potential. And I think a change of scenery would be good for Pickens, especially getting him in the right place after having someone like myself and some other veteran NFL receivers to talk to him and to get him to understand what these years go by fast, and they don't tolerate you for so long.
Ocho,
You know,
you.
as far as the situation,
I was gonna say your best friend, and everybody knows what I think of T.O. Pickens, you ain't got T.O. ability. Yeah. Look at T.O. T.O. was catching for 1,315 touchdowns, and they moved on. Let that sink in. Now, the guy that they replaced Jerry Rice with, San Francisco said, "No, we done." Philly, look at what T.O. Go back and look at T.O. T.O. had like 15 touchdowns, and he missed 3 games with that broken ankle. Then he was halfway through the season. He had another 700 yards. He was on pace to have 1,500 yards. Philly said, "No, we done." Dallas. No. He goes to Buffalo, and he's having a better season than everybody there. I don't know if Moles was still there. I think Peerless Price was still there, but Peerless might have been gone. T.O. had almost 1,000 yards there.
Haley came to Cincinnati and cut a fool out there with me.
He almost had 1,000 yards until he tore his knee up.
Mm-hmm.
And with that kind of ability, T.O. should have been able to get at least, at bare minimum, 2 more years. T.O. was supposed to be able to steal 2 years just because he T.O. and the numbers that he put up prior to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the other receivers were able to steal a couple of years. Why couldn't he? And that's what Georgia doesn't understand, bro. And the word gonna get out. Look at Diontae Johnson just bouncing around, Ocho. He's going from the Steelers to Carolina to Pitt to from Steelers to Carolina to Baltimore to Houston back to Baltimore.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I got him though. I'm gonna get in his ear. I'm gonna get matter of fact, not just Pickens too. Jermaine.
Yeah.
Burton,
Oh, you definitely need to get him because that's your neck of the woods.
Listen, I got to reel them boys in, man. I got to reel them in because listen, I had the fun. I had the fun while I was playing. But my drive and my motivation and my energy was so locked into my craft, into what I'm doing, where nothing else mattered outside. Nothing else. So I was able to get away with having the fun and doing all the celebrating because I put in the work behind the scenes.
But nobody said, Ocho, you got to play. Come on, Ocho, man. You got to run that route. Come on, Ocho. Ain't nobody say that.
Yeah.
Now maybe the antics about celebrating, but hell, you done got the ball in the end zone, so celebrate. They didn't say, come on, Ocho. You got to block that guy. Come on, Ocho, you got to jump on that fumble, bro. You just got, come on, bro. You got to give me some effort. They didn't say that. Even T.O. Nobody complained about T.O.'s effort on the field.
Oh, absolutely not. You
go back and check the tape that he's throwing a block for Garrison Hurst on that 96-yard touchdown run. Blocking all the way down the field. You never question T.O.'s effort. Now, maybe his attitude. Maybe people had a problem with the coaching staff and organizations had a problem with his attitude. That's what I'm talking about. Even with T.O.'s effort, it couldn't trump the attitude that teams got tired of. And that's what I'm Pickens. Make this, bro. You got a chance to make $200 million before you done. Well, Ocho, I want you to answer me this. Where does Pickens think he can go and make $200 million in the real world? He plan on being Pablo Escobar? El Chapo?
Hey, I got him. I'm a really man. I'm a really man. Watch him next year though.
I sure hope so.
And Burton too. Watch him now. Anyway, now back also.
Back to the Steelers and Russ. Smith, okay.
Yeah. Listen. Most of the time, quarterbacks, coordinators, and head coaches, most of the time they get along.
They do.
Even if they don't. Most of the time they get along. Even if you don't, you have one goal in mind. When you have one goal in mind, sometimes you know what? Everybody ain't gonna
get along.
Be a friend. That's not the way it works. Now, even though it would make for a better relationship, you are there for one common goal, right? We want to win games and compete and do our best to get our ass to goddamn New Orleans.
Correct.
That's it.
It definitely works better.
Now,
it definitely helps if y'all do get along, though.
It definitely helps. It definitely helps. But I'm trying to understand. Russell Wilson came in and had success when he took over for Justin Fields. We didn't hear any gripes. We didn't hear any issues. So even if they didn't get along, whatever it may be, it was working just fine. Now, towards the end, they lost the last 5. They lost the last 5 games. They made the playoffs, went home in the first round. Now, all of a sudden, because maybe you're saying because you lost, the last 5, or maybe the relationship had a strain. No, because it was doing just fine as far from a productive standpoint. We were winning. What
happened? But what'd you say? What's the best deodorant for a funk in the locker room? Winning.
Oh yeah. Hey, winning cures all. Huh?
Until you start to lose.
When you're losing, it magnifies everything. It magnifies everything. So are they going to move on from Russell Wilson now? Do you think a change of scenery is good for him at this point? And do they come back and do you pay Justin Fields? Because it was only a 1-year deal.
Well, he's still on his rookie deal.
Fields, the quarterback, he was
still on his rookie deal. So this is his 5th-year option coming up right now.
Ooh, Okay, so they got him for the low.
They do.
They got him for the low coming up this year. Well, maybe depending on what happens. Ain't no telling what they ain't no telling what they're gonna do. You don't know how Mike Tomlin's thinking. You know, you hear rumors about him leaving and being traded. You know, it's just it's so
Titus,
much.
get off from under there, Titus.
Titus, chill, man, before I choke you out.
He owned one tonight. Him and Teddy. Teddy, you bothered him. I know. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, Ocho, when you lose, because people start looking at, okay, this is why we lost, instead of saying, you know what, we just weren't good enough.
Right.
I don't give a damn if Arthur Smith and Russell Wilson was best friends. They're going out to lunch every night and they taking turns eating dinner at each other's house. They weren't beating the Baltimore Ravens.
Oh yeah, none of that mattered. None of that mattered.
They need more playmakers on the offensive side of the football. They don't have nearly enough. And if you look at it, their defense down the stretch wasn't as vaunted as it was in the beginning.
Right. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And most of the time, their identity had always been their defense.
Yes.
But they were a no-show against King Henry. They were a no-show. I was able to watch some of the film today, you know, some of the all-22.
Them holes were so big he was running through.
Man, listen, and I'm looking at the backers. I'm like, come on now. The play fake wasn't that good for you to you know hey, they was folding, They was folding. The play fake wasn't that good for you to move that far out the goddamn hole when you know it'd just be you and 22. Come on now.
When Lamar was faking the ball, they was like, "Oh, Lamar got it." They gone and that one that Henry had. I said, "Come on, bro."
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, backer move right out the A gap. Now you know good and well that play fake wasn't that goddamn good for you to be way over there. I'm not gonna say nothing, but you know
I ain't really
about.
trying to be in the A gap when Henry had this ball. that ain't trying to happen. Ocho, Shedeur Sanders approve of his father, Deion, becoming the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I think it would be cool. Jerry Jones is reportedly conducting team's head coach search solo. Cowboys is expected to interview Robert Saleh. If reports are to be true, he interviewed Leslie Frazier, or he called Leslie Frazier at some point during the day.
Yeah. Well, I think Leslie Frazier would be better as the defensive coordinator as opposed to a head coach. What do you think?
Man, look here. I honestly don't believe Jerry Jones is hiring a black guy as the head coach. That's just me.
No, you know it now. He's checking the boxes.
You know the Rooney Rule.
Checking the boxes.
Remember he brought Marvin in last year. 2 years ago. Well, before he hired McCarthy.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick? And Ryan spoke on that today in depth about the Rooney Rule and how these coaches, how these owners know they don't want to hire minority coaches, but what they do, like Robert Kraft did with Pep Hamilton and Byron Leftwich, no, not even in football, but you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna bring them in anyway and check the boxes. That's why Aaron Glenn was
I ain't good. I don't need a free trip.
Hey, you're not finna play with me like that. I know you're not hiring me. What you're doing is you're meeting the goddamn quota. You're gonna bring me in, interview me, and you already know you're gonna hire somebody else. You knew to hire Braver in the first place. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. I ain't finna open up that can of worms either.
Now it's reported that Jerry Jones pitched to Mike McCarthy about having Jason Witten on his staff so Witten could be coach in waiting. Again, see what I said, Ocho? You hiring somebody and then you telling him how to fill out his staff. Normally coaches, okay, I got my guys. I've hired a staff. I like this guy's D coordinator. I've worked well with him. Running back coach, blah, blah, blah. I don't need you telling. And it's been reported. Now, I don't know if this is true. Jane Slater, she knows all things Cowboys. She's reporting that Jerry wanted Mike McCarthy to slash his staff. Cut some of the coaches.
I mean, would he cut some of the coaches to save money? Or, I mean, I don't understand. Cut them.
Because remember, Jerry likes for his coaches to coach on incentives. He pays far below market value.
Right.
Now, the market value for a head coach now is about $10 million a year, Ocho. That's kind of the going rate. He tried to pay y'all. He tried to pay $5 million.
Hold on. Wait. Bring that back to me again. Now, the going rate for the head coach is 10 million, or you mean the
No,
coaches
no,
collectively?
the going rate for a head coach is about 10 million. He tried to pay 5.
You can't do that.
Jerry said, Cowboys, you can.
He can't get out his own way.
He can't help it. Like I said,
He can't get out his own way.
when somebody when James Slater's reporting, I take it to heart about the Cowboys. When Mary Kay Cabot, when she's talking about Cleveland, now whatever she say about the Cleveland Browns, take it to your bank.
That's what it
Cash
is.
it in.
Yeah.
Cash it in. Cash it in.
Damn, man.
Jerry's on this solo mission. Jerry, look, like I said, you see what Jerry likes to do, Ocho. He likes to put you in a situation where he know you're going to say no. He know that he wasn't going to accept that. You want me to have this guy coaching waiting? He's probably telling you everything that I'm doing. So that's Jerry's eyes. Because when Jerry's not there, which is all the time, now I got eyes and ears there to tell me everything that's going on.
Right.
No. He knew Mike McCarthy was going to say no to that.
Yeah. He know what he's doing. It's all a game, man.
Ocho, fans have been commenting on the Davonte Adams Instagram, begging him to come back to Green Bay. Could you see a scenario where Davonte goes back to Green Bay?
Probably not. Probably not. Well, maybe because I think Christian Watson's going to maybe miss most of 2025, being that he got injured late in the season. So I think having Davonte Adams come back as a veteran presence with Dobbs and Wicks and Reed and those young fellas, I think that would be dope. That would be nice.
You know what Davonte gonna want? Davonte's gonna want $25-30 million. You paying that for a veteran present?
I think the go somewhere where the quarterback situation is intact.
Yes.
A good quarterback situation, I think they can work something out. It might not be 30-35 million, and
that's the case. That's what it all depends on what Davonte is willing to pay for. Play for. Because they got look, Christian Watson's down, but they got Dobbs and they got a Reed. They got a lot of receivers. They got a lot of receivers, Ocho.
They got some boys. Now they don't have Davonte Adams now. Yeah, they don't have that. Not even at 30 or whatever Davonte Adams' age is. But I'm just saying that good veteran presence that that can be consistent at getting open, consistently would be a nice addition to that offense, especially for Jordan Love as a target and a security blanket.
I like that. I mean, I personally think Davonte is going to have his choice of locations. The question is,
you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
The question is,
you got to be at this point in your career. There are only so many teams you can go to that have an active quarterback and win, and you can get the ball. You've already got your money. You've got enough of it at this point. So what is the end goal at this point in your career? Championship, contend for one, or get that money. It's all on him. That's the personal decision. Now you want to be compensated well for your skill level, for your play. You don't want to be playing for peanuts. But that's when you have to sit down and think to yourself. Think very hard. There are only so many quarterbacks in the NFL.
Right.
There are only so many spots for for a player of his magnitude.
That's something he got 2 young kids. He got a wife. He's gonna ask, okay, maybe you okay with moving? We were in Green Bay. Weather was bad. We was in Vegas. Weather was good. Went to New York. Okay. Because now you got kids, Ocho, and, the kids want to go outside. They don't want to be inside all the time. You go to a certain, you go Green Bay, after November, they ain't going back outside. To catch the school bus or you drop them off at school, that's the only time. What they going to do in Green Bay? Same thing in New York.
Right.
So at least in Vegas, hey, we outside. Yeah. And so I think that's the thing when you factor in. He's very committed. When I haven't sit down and talked to him, I can see how he lights up when he talks about his family, he talks about his wife, and he talks about his young kids. And I love seeing that. And so I know that's very, very important to him. And I think that's going to have a a large part to do with the decision where he's going to play next. I agree with you. If I can get, 20 million and go to somewhere that I know I can win, it's better than taking 25 considering the money that I made. Now, hey, I ain't telling nobody, look, that's you. Whatever's important to you. But I will say this. When it comes down to Hall of Fame, they start looking guys that got rings and have comparable numbers. They're going to get the nod over a guy that don't have rings with comparable numbers.
Right. I wish him the best wherever he decides to go. I'm gonna be a fan and I'm gonna have a jersey. That's all I know.
Ocho, check this out. Groom surprised his bride with tickets to the Bills game during a wedding vow. Do you like this, Ocho?
Yeah, boy. Yeah, it's all about knowing. It's all about knowing your partner.
Sometimes I may have to hold on to a secret bonus gift to give you during our ceremony. We're going to see the Bills.
No! Oh my God! Seriously?
That reaction. You see that reaction? That's what it's all about. When you have a partner, that's her love language. Obviously, she loves football.
She loves the Bills. I don't know if
she loves the Buffalo Bills. Do you know how much a ticket to that Bills Ravens game is?
She got to really love them. Do you know how cold it's going to be at that game?
Man, listen. They might be from Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
they might be from Buffalo. So listen, that's what it's all about. And they play at night too, huh?
Yeah, I know. It's cold. It was cold last week and it was during the day. It was 1 o'clock. So I can imagine what it's going to be at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
8:30. I think that's game coming at 8:30.
Long as there's no snow, because there's no snow in the forecast, so they're going to be all right.
16.
16 degrees?
And probably windy. Any wind?
That's good weather there.
Yeah. Ooh-wee.
Yes. 16, you get jiggy.
I show. Yeah, I said show. Don't miss playing in that cold ass weather.
That cold? I like it, boy.
Nope.
I like it. Because I sure hate September and October during football season. At halftime, what you think I had to get every halftime?
What, IV?
IV. I cramp in my calves.
Yeah. Well, I can't. You know why I cramped a lot, Ocho? You know why you cramp? Because you don't like drinking when it's cold.
No. Yeah. But this is the thing, Unc. I didn't cramp when it was cold. That's why I couldn't wait for I couldn't wait for November, the end of November, December. I
cramp more in the cold than I did in the summer because when it's hot, you drink. When it's cold, you don't drink a lot of water.
Okay, see, my problem is I'm so locked in on the game, I don't even be drinking no goddamn water or Gatorade. No. Move that out my way.
Yep, I know. That's what happened to me. And it's like, and Greek was like, Sharpe, are you drinking? I'm like, nah.
Mm-hmm. Nah, yeah.
I ain't trying to drink when I'm cold. I'm trying to get over them heated seats. That's what I'm trying to do.
Hey, they told you about the pickle juice? They ever told you?
Yeah, I heard about it. I don't like pickles. I definitely don't like no juice.
Down. You think it worked with cramps? What you think? I ain't never tried it. Or Pedialyte. Pedialyte was so damn nasty.
I heard a lot of. I mean, we should have Pedialyte, but Gatorade. I said, but you give me all this Gatorade. You done gave me 3 bottles of Gatorade. I'm waterlogged now. I'm done. I ain't got no more cramps, but my stomach's sloshing on. What the hell I'm gonna do out there now?
You drink all that. You drink all that Gatorade and water. You feel sluggish.
Thank you. I'm waterlogged.
I feel
now I'm about to. Excuse me. I'm about to try to run. Come on, man. Good, bro.
That's weird.
Ocho. Remember Wemby epic jersey swap with a young fan earlier this season? Well, that jersey went on sale online. NBA Central said, this is crazy. Jersey is already up for auction. Wemby tweeted the crying emoji.
Hold on. Was the jersey signed or he just gave it to him without
I think he signed it, didn't he?
Hey, you know what? When I think about this, the first thing I think about is little kid. This is probably his parents' idea. And all I can think about is the economy that we're in right now, being bad as it is. I understand. I kind of understand. It's an opportunity for us to get a chunk of change. Look at them.
So get down.
Oh, he tried to bite him.
Yeah, he did. Hey.
Fight.
Oh, they super jealous now. One don't want the other to get more pets than the other.
He snapped at him. That was funny.
Why don't y'all go upstairs? Now all of a sudden, everybody want to be in here. Y'all never in here.
Hey, that is funny.
Yeah, I just couldn't, Ocho. Somebody gave me like I said, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the kid had to be courtside. So if the kid's courtside,
so?
how tough is the economy, Ocho? You buying courtside ticket?
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. I don't think parents that could afford to sit courtside. That's why I think it was probably a kid that was in the stands. I think it was a kid was in the stands, that enjoys the game of basketball, that got the jersey. And when he exchanged jerseys with the little kid, the parents right away understood, you know what? We can get some money.
Well,
for
if
this.
so why are you at the game? If the economy's so tough, why are you at the game anyway then?
Ain't no telling how they got tickets,
okay. Well, if you ain't no telling how you got tickets, ain't no telling how you can find a way to solve that issue about this economy. Because you found a way, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Ocho, now it's time to welcome Chief Royal Ramey. Chief Royal Ramey is the co-founder and chief executive officer of Forestry and Fire Recruitment Program. Chief Ramey founded FFRP to help individuals who are formerly incarcerated and work within fire camps overcome barriers that prevent them from entering the professional field of firefighting. The Forestry and Fire Recruitment Program maintains a 10% rate of recidivism across the 200-plus placed employment compared to the California state average of 42% and 82% nationally. Chief, thanks for joining us tonight, man. How are you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing well. Shannon, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm doing great. Thanks for joining us.
Nah, thank you for having me.
Chief, what's up, baby?
Ocho, baby, what's the deal?
What they do, baby? Shoot, I'm chilling, man. Listen, if I had your hands, I'd cut mine off, man.
Yes, sir.
Chief, I want to ask you this. What led you on this journey to discover, to fund this program in which you're a part of now?
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm having some technical difficulties right now.
You good, bro? We understand.
Hold on 1 second. I can't hear that. I heard the question. Can you repeat that, please?
Yes. Can you explain your journey that led you to the funding of this forestry and fire recruitment program?
Yeah. So when I was 20 years old, I made a mistake. Right. I end up making a poor choice in life, and I end up committing a crime and got sentenced to 6 years in prison. I end up serving 4 years, 8 months. And in that time, I had the opportunity to, go to fire camp. And I know like a lot of folks don't really know about that program. And it's pretty much been around since the 1940s.
Okay.
So, California utilizing incarcerated people to fight wildfires, and, giving them an opportunity to, obviously serve the community and going out and doing their thing, but they get paid, pretty much $1 an hour to do this work. So I remember around the time that I actually went to fire camp, it was I actually got sentenced, and then I was in reception for a while, and then they sent me out of state from Arizona to Mississippi because the time that I got sentenced, it was overcrowded in California. So I had to, I went out and went to Mississippi, and you have an annual review every year. And when I had the ability to go, because I had my points dropped, and they was like, "Hey, you want to go to fire camp?" And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, "What's fire camp?" Right? I heard about it when I actually got sentenced, but I didn't really know. So from there, just had the opportunity. Talked to a couple of folks. I'm like, "Hey, man, what's this fire camp stuff?" And I was like, "Hey, man, this is dope. You better food. You have you have the ability to go out and have a part like setting with your family. You in a community. You're not locked up. You're not in a cell. So I was like, man, this is a good opportunity, and I can go back to California and see my family. Haven't seen them in like 20 plus months. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go and make it happen. But Shannon, when I tell you I had no idea what I was getting myself into, brother, it was
Yeah.
crazy, man, for real. So and then it led, and I grew to love it. I had a passion for it when I got there. And I was like, man, I could really do this. This is something that that I could, make happen. I had adversity when I was younger, when I was a kid, and I wasn't never scared of fighting fire. I
Right.
had a couple of, live, some experiences in my life where I had some challenges. I almost died a couple of times. So I was like, you know what, this is something that, I'm not scared of, and I just loved it, and it was dope. So
If you don't mind me asking, I'm going to ask one more question, Ocho, then I'll let you take it. If you don't mind me asking, what are some of the qualifications in which an inmate qualifies for this program?
So the qualifications, you can't have arson, you can't have a sex crime, you can't. At the time that when I was there, you couldn't have any murder or something like any violent
Okay.
crime, right? In a sense, and you pretty much go through what is called a PFT. You do some physical training. And once you pass that, they give you a basic like S190 class. And this is all I'm talking about is when I was there. And then
Okay.
you pretty much can be able to go out and they assign you to a fire camp, and you really under the qualifications of the captain
Okay.
credentials. So it's really quick, it's like a couple week, process to get you, going, and then you out there, you fighting fires.
Listen, one of the key words you just said, Chief, is passion. You had a passion for something. And obviously, most of the times people have a hard time finding something that they love to do and actually having a passion for it where it doesn't become a job, it becomes something that you actually love. Now, how do you help the participants gain the skills and the confidence needed for such a demanding job in wildland firefighting? Because that's for one scary. For two, it's life or death, depending on the
Right.
situation. So just how do you do that? Helping them gain the skills, and not only gain the skills, but you need confidence to be able to do something like that.
And that's what the Forestry and Fire Recruitment Program is pretty much all about. Like, just like us being from the urban community, right, and having that adversity growing up, we built for it tough,
Mhm.
right? We've been through some
Yeah.
things, right? So it's really easy to chop it up with folks and be like, listen, like, you already been through that road in your life, right? You already had, you probably the black sheep of your family, you probably disappointed your family in some moment. And like this is an opportunity for you to be able to utilize the knowledge, skills, and abilities that you have, right? In order for you to be able to get a family winning career. And it's really just being real with them, just like we having a conversation right now. It's just like, hey, do you want the bag? Everybody want the bag. Everybody want the jewels. Everybody want to be able to have something to look forward to have pride in, have purpose, right? And it's really to really sell it and say, look, this is a real true opportunity. So, listen to your captains, listen to or take this time, to yourself and really understand the process of like the mental and the emotional and the physical attributes of like really focusing and locking in, just like when you was on game day, Ocho, saucing people up,
Yeah.
just like how you, Shannon, was over there saucing some folks up. You had me pumped up earlier with some highlights in, and it's like that's where you have to understand like the opportunity, right?
Right.
And I think by me talking and just telling my story and inspiring folks and loving on folks and showing them like, look, I've been where you at, and like we already been through the worst, so why not take this opportunity to get the opportunity to be able to be a firefighter, make the bag, take care of your family and win.
Let me ask you this.
It-
There's a lot that's been said about the incarcerated firefighters today that's currently fighting the fires in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Can you explain to us fact or fiction of what's circulating online? How much I don't know if you know this off the top of your head. How much are they getting paid? And is it only forest fires? Do you guys go fight burning building fires, or is just these large scale, massive fires?
Yeah, so when it comes to folks that's in California fire camps, they actually focus on wildland firefighting.
Okay.
That's what you pretty much trained in.
Okay.
Also, though, too, you can respond to a flood or any like national disaster that needs
Okay.
support when it comes to like just having bodies there.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, so that's pretty much that question for you, Shannon.
How much you got? What's the pay? Because it's been paid like, okay, you get $10 an hour, and then blah blah, you get another $1 an hour, so it's $11 an hour. So if you don't mind me asking, what's the pay scale?
Yeah, it's dollars. They're making about 20 some dollars a day. From what I was, all the research that I have done and known, because they've been trying to like compensate folks for being in fire camp.
Yeah.
I know one of my CDCR partners, Fred Money, Captain Money, he had scorched me if I didn't say that they wasn't trying to make efforts and trying to, get folks some more money. But it is pretty much $1 an hour when they're out there in the fire. But they're trying to figure it out. But yeah, it's hard work. Is you making what, $30,
$10, $12 a day.
Yeah, for the day. You know what I'm saying? Because they do
Right.
24-hour shifts and then they 24 hours down and then 24 hours on. So yeah, it's definitely it's pretty much the same thing as
Right.
you going to college and you getting pimped. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, right? Like the NIL, right? Like now it's starting to come about, right? Because of like folks seeing that how much money that the NCAA is making, right? Like it's a similar kind of situation.
Right.
So you can understand what I'm saying. But my biggest thing though is like I wanted to bring you to the NFL, right? I'm trying to give you the opportunity to go out and get this bag. And with all the, opportunities you had in college, right? And when you was in fire camp, let's take that to the league, man. We need the league is short right now. We back in when this league was in 1960s. We need folks to be able to come out here and make it happen.
But you check this out. Go ahead, Ocho. Go ahead. I'll follow up later.
I was gonna say, listen, early in life, obviously you've made some mistakes. Listen, we've all made them. You've had obstacles you had to overcome, and you were able to do that. And many of us don't get a second chance. And you were able to get a second chance. And I'm just curious, what's been the biggest hurdle you face in making the forestry and fire recruitment program a success, and actually getting people to want to actually do it despite what the pay might be?
So it's a lot of things. So I think one of the biggest hurdles is like, can you actually do it? Right? Because a lot of folks knew like it was some rumors around, like, yeah, you can, you can't. But if you really think about it, public service and prison kind of don't mix, right? Like if you think about a cop,
right,
you think about, a prisoner, it doesn't mix. You think about a firefighter, you think about a prisoner, it don't mix, right? So I was like, me and my co-founder Brendan Smith, we was laying in the bunk one day or just like, just chopping it up. And it was like, man, like, I really enjoy this, man. I really want to do this. And he was like, man, you know what? We should figure it out. Like, but I'm like, you know what? Once we actually know the process of coming from fire camp to, being a professional firefighter, I want to be the modern day Harriet Tubman. You feel me? I want to bring our folks, you know what I'm saying, to the fight to get their bag, right? So it's like, okay. And then we obviously, it's a lot of stuff. It's stigma, obviously it's, understanding the process of how to get there, right? The application, build a resume. And at the time that I was around, it was like Bandit Box wasn't there. So like, you have to explain your crime and what you did. So I was like, okay, when I first started, I worked with the U.S. Forest Service, and I put on my application. I'm like, look, this is the crime that I committed, right? But then this is what I'm doing to be able to, obtain.
You were trying to atone for my mistake.
Right. So hey, look, I went to this Wildland Academy, got my certifications in college, right? And I'm, trying to be able to like really push it to the next level and be able to get a position with y'all. Like I'm showing you not only just the things that have happened in the past, but also the things that I'm working on to be able to be a great citizen and being able to be an asset to the company, to the organization, which is the Forest Service. So from there, I got, then I got an interview, and man, it's just like they was asking me like, so what makes you the best person for this job? And I was like, look, I got experience, right? When I was in fire camp. And, I did 20 months, fighting fires, doing fire prevention work. I was the first SAW. I was out there, doing my thing. And then not only that, when I came home, I got my credentials as far as getting my certifications I need. And then now I'm actually in college pursuing my AS degree in fire technology. So I'm
Wow.
like
Congrats on that.
education and experience you can't beat, right? So I
Right.
am the best position, I have the good position to be able to be the best person for the job.
Chief, I want to ask you this because there is a stigmatism that comes along with someone that's been incarcerated and they gets out. A lot of time, employment do not want to offer them that because of their prior history.
Right.
What are you doing, and how can we as a society realize that some of these men, women, have something to offer to society in a positive? Because there is that stigma that they don't want to give you a job. And so that's why I believe the recidivism rate is so high. Well, if I can't get a job, you're not going to give me gainful employment. I got to go touch somebody to get it because I got to survive. I'm just going to be honest with you. I got to survive, Chief.
My guy. That's my guy, man. Hey, and that's the real thing, man. And that's where I like want to tell y'all today is like, I can speak from experience. I was a little firecracker when I was younger. So I think even the respect that I gained from these men and women that's out there battling these fires and stuff, and that's in these fire camps, I can really attest to what they're going through, and it's really an important factor of me being able to like talk to, like, so for example, I'm gonna tell you some real stuff. So Cal Fire, right? That's like the state's fire department.
Okay.
They actually one of our biggest funders.
Okay.
And they actually support what we're doing. And they put their money where their mouth is, right? Governor Gavin Newsom, he passed a bill that was effective January 1st, 2021. It's called AB 2147, which allows folks that's been incarcerated in fire camps get their record expunged once they come home. So big shout out to the governor, right? Big shout out to Cal Fire. But one thing that we do need to like, I really want to talk to y'all about too is like CDCR. I've been wanting to chop it up with them for a while, and these are the folks that, house the folks that's being incarcerated, right? And I'm really looking for a partnership for us to really, help out those thousands, folks that's out there battling these fires right now, and should be able to, put their money where their mouth is. Let's
Right.
like we really need people like this has been going on for a long time. We started our organization in 2018. It's really been a struggle. I was actually just talking to my wife, man, and like it's been a journey for me, Ocho and Shannon and my team too. And like to be honest with you, my co-founder Brandon Smith, his grandparents' house burned down just in Altadena.
Sorry to hear that.
My director of finance, her house burned down in the Palisades, right? It's been an effective, like not only just what we've been doing and been trying to like, we've been struggling. We're a nonprofit organization. We trying to
Right.
do something that's right, but like it's been a lot of like, it's been a lot of stigmas, a lot of like, pressure with this. And now that this hadn't happened, like, we've been around. We want to be able to provide folks opportunity and stuff. So, yeah, let me just stop there. Let me stop there because I can go into
What's the best way people can support your organization, your efforts to do to help you continue to do what you're doing?
honestly, if they can donate, I don't care if it's $5, $10, $50, right? To the forestryfirerp.org, or even just awareness. Like I'm a TED fellow, 2024 TED fellow. Shout out to all the TED folks. I have a TED talk, and just spurring awareness of the organization and what we're doing. And I think that's really what needs to happen. Like folks need to know what we actually do. And I think, to all the, athletes, to all the folks that that lived in the urban community, I feel like we would love your support and knowing that we actually, getting folks that say that they are, zeros when they go to prison and the homies, right? Like all the folks that we know that grew up, right? I'm actually providing them an opportunity to get a 6-figure job, right? And if you think about that in LA, like that's huge. That's
Right.
life-changing money for folks, right? And even being able to get their record exposure, like have a whole zero to hero kind of like mentality. And shout out to I'm gonna be honest with you, shout out to like ARC, shout out to JCOD, shout out to like all these folks that's really trying to make things happen on a higher level. Even Kim Kardashian, she's been saying some things about us and trying to
Yep.
uplift that voice, right? But I need support from, folks that's in the LA community, that been in urban community, that understand what we're going through. And think about Uncle Jojo, Uncle Nook Nook, and all those folks that they's the one. They're the ones who be going to fire camp, right? And they can be able to get that. And when they see that, all it takes is a little bit of effort. It takes a mindset, and that's another thing too, Shannon and Ocho. I want to say, like, it's mind control over Debo, right? When you can be able to inspire and show, like, look, you already been doing it, bro. Like, you might as well just go ahead and dive all the way.
Make this an honest hustle.
It's an honest hustle, right? Exactly. And you think about it. It ain't too many opportunities that you can come home from prison and make 6 figures. Think about it. And what we're doing, we only training 100 people for year round. Like, and then one thing that I wanted to talk to y'all about too is that I've been trying to like uplift the Buffalo Hand Crew. So I don't know if you educated on this, like, about the Buffalo Soldiers. And so they, obviously the African American men, wanted to serve in the armed forces, and they actually went out to it was a fire in 1910. And they saved a town in Ayyy, Idaho, and they did a backburn. And that's something that we kind of do, like, even today. And that kind of has been kind of like a little tradition, right? And being able to do prescribed kind of burns and like trying to save lives and stuff. And I actually launched a crew in 2022. It's called the Buffalo Hand Crew. And what I want to do is, build a crew where I can be able to do fire prevention and fire suppression work throughout the state, because that's one of the things too. You got those houses that burn in Palisades, and I know, like, it is like a wind event that, like, is just a natural disaster, and you can't really like stop that. But it is some things that we can do as far as going out here, doing some fire prevention work, cutting brush, right? Because the more brush that's cut, the less embers and all that stuff is out there. So.
So is a fire burn, is a burn is the same thing as a break? Because I remember when I was growing up, they would used to take the break, they would burn certain areas so that if there was a fire, it could only go to the, so once it's burned, there is nothing it could jump over and keep going on. So I'm very familiar. I just wanted to know, is a burn the same thing as a break?
Yeah, pretty much. And that's where I think if we do a lot of more, fire prevention work, it's been efforts, right? It is a process. It's a complicated situation. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah. With you. But I want, as an organization, a nonprofit organization, to be able to do this work year round and do it more frequently. And I can hire folks internally, like, they can go through my program. And Ocho, I gotta answer your question, Ocho, because I didn't tell you how we do it, right? So we recruit, we train, and then we help them get a job with the, give them a resume, go through the application process, because we know. And then that's when we mentor them throughout their career, in a sense. And, we help them with the social services. We help them with the expungement. And I got to give it a lot of shout out, man, to a lot of my people that, been with me since the beginning, that believed in me. And, we have a location in San Bernardino, LA County. We have a location in Oakland, and we trying to just continue to do our work. And I think what we're doing is transcending, and it's really transforming folks' lives. And I appreciate the platform and the opportunity for you to have me on here. And, I just wanted to do the good work. I didn't do this for the riches and fame and the glory. I did it because I feel like I knew that this was something that I needed to do, and it's going to be able to help people's kids, right? Like, it's a generational thing. Think about it. When you have a person that can make that amount of money to be able to put their kids in private school or put them in a better school system, and then they become something, right? And then, like, generational,
or
like,
just to be able to provide
that part. And the money, look, it's hey, Ocho, hey, I hear you about saving that bread, baby. Like, hey, if you don't got no bread, you can't save nothing, big dog. You feel me? Yeah, we got to. And hey, I might need to, like, you need to start like a little financial class or something, man. Like, I might need to, you might have to give me a little sidebar of, like, how to do it, man. So
I got you.
You know what we did tonight, Chief Royal Ramey, all the money that we're going to collect from the super chat, we're going to donate that to the organization. But I believe so positive and so strong in what you're doing. I'm going to personally donate $25,000 out of my own pocket because I really appreciate what you're doing. I love the fact that you're trying to help the community, try to give back, and try to keep guys from going back into the into the system and to have gainful employment so they can provide not only for themselves but for their family. So I really appreciate it. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule and coming on here and sharing a little insight of what this program is all about, because we've heard so much about these young men that are out here fighting these forest fires for really risking their lives for pennies on the dollar. And so I appreciate that, and I'm sure everybody here that's watching this appreciate your service and what you're doing. I know Ocho and we greatly appreciate it. So all the money that we gather from the super chat tonight, we're going to donate that to your fund, but you're going to get a personal donation from Shannon Sharpe in the tune of $25,000 because I believe in you. I believe in what you're doing, and I want to say thank you for what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Salute. For real. Salute. Because not very many times, do we get a second chance at anything. Not very many times. And what you're doing, man, is commendable. And from the bottom of my heart, man, I really do salute
Yeah, I
you.
appreciate you, Shannon, man, for that. The first thing that came to my mind, it was like that Jerry Maguire, man. Don't make me cry. You're gonna make me cry, baby. Hey,
Nah, bro.
Cry, man.
Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep God first. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. And I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. And this is a great program. And hopefully there are a lot of young men that want to take advantage of this situation to do something positive. Yes, they made a mistake, but let's not make that be the end. Let that be the start of a new beginning. So congratulations on your program. Like I said, thank you for joining us tonight. And we'll check back in with you down the road.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate both of y'all, Shannon and Ocho. Have a good one.
You too, bro.
Yep.
Oh, man. That's Chief Royal Ramsey. I call him Ramey. No, is it Ramsey or Ramey? Ramey? Okay, Ramey. He's the co-founder and chief executive officer of the Forestry and Fire Recruitment Program. And it's doing a lot of good things because what it does is give inmates an opportunity to learn a craft because it's hard. I mean, it's hard for them to get a job because they put on that thing and you have been convicted of a crime. You say, yes, and blah, blah, blah. They're like, oh, no, we can't hire you. So now I ain't got no gainful employment. I'm out, but what can I do to survive? How do I get a place to stay? And so sometimes family don't want you around because, you've done something and it's hard. And so, like I said, I mean, when you don't have employment and you need to survive, a dog won't starve himself. Humans are no different. They're not going to starve themselves. So if they can't get gainful employment, they're going to find a way to survive. And so Chief Royal Ramey is doing is giving guys an opportunity. I greatly appreciate that. And I don't mind, like I said, I've been very fortunate. I've been blessed. God has blessed me beyond blessed. And so someone's doing something positive, Ocho, I always want to be able to lend a hand.
Yes, sir.
So thank you, Chief, for coming on and joining us. Ocho, an accounting error didn't get Jimmy Butler paid. Report, Miami had an accounting error that left Jimmy Butler without pay for 10 days. Jimmy reportedly took private flights separate from the team in order to visit his sick father. So in other words, he wasn't just taking it because he didn't want to fly on the plane because Pat Riley might have been on the plane, he might have had beef. He was like, look, I'm going to meet you where you're going, but I really need to see my dad. My dad is not going to be here much longer, and I want to spend as much time as I possibly can to be with him. I'm going to join you wherever we're going, but just give me that opportunity to be with my father.
So, I mean, that should have been addressed and that should have been told to them ahead of time, huh? Or the reports when it come out that he was flying solo. They think he's flying because he don't want to be with the team, but obviously he had a reason why he wasn't with the team. And now that it comes out, he lets it be known that should have been already talked about internally. So there was no issue, but because there was some strife and there was some separation between Pat Riley and the powers that be, that he can pass that message on. I guess I'm assuming just Jimmy did it his way. And now once the issues came out about him flying solo, now he lets people know that, Pops is sick. And that might have been something that he didn't want to, he didn't even want to get out.
I think the thing is, I don't know how, like I said, I'm figuring if you're taking private flights and something like that, his dad is probably really, really ill. And you try to spend as much time as with your father or the loved one as you possibly can. And, I don't really care. as long as he's going to be there for the game, and even if he doesn't, because there's some things that are more important than basketball. I know people don't sports. Let me take that back. Not just basketball. There's certain things
Right.
that are more important. Tending to a loved one, I would rank that first.
Yeah.
I'm always going to make sure family is okay. Now, once they're okay, my mind can be free, and I can go get done what I need to get done. But
Right.
I don't really have a problem with Jimmy Did taking a private flight, because he could have just like, hey, the hell with it. I'm gonna be here with my dad. As long as my dad needs me, the F them sports. Cause games, y'all gonna play 50, 60 more of these. I ain't gonna get another dad. Once he gone, he gone.
Mm-hmm.
And so I totally get what Jimmy did, taking the private jet. If this is why he took the private jet, because they said the private jet because he wanted to stay back with his father and spend as much time as he could, but he always ended up making the game. So kudos to you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Ocho,
Hold on,
Neymar. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What you gonna say?
Hold on, let me use the bathroom real quick. Hey, Neymar, that's my dog, man. Hey, listen, make sure, hey, Unc, whatever you get ready to say, I said it first. So when it actually happens, just know I tweeted it 2 weeks ago because a little birdie told me. Hold on.
Neymar is in talks with 3 MLS teams over a possible move. He's with one of those teams in Saudi Arabia, isn't he? Isn't he on one of those teams like Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. 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 He's making big money over there. But Neymar's in talks with 3 MLS teams over a possible move. Ocho, tell the people at home what the move would mean for professional soccer in the U.S. Now, we know Messi is already in the league. I think Suarez joined him also, right? Isn't Suarez?
Yeah, Suarez. Yep, Suarez is there. Jordi Alba is there as well. And I think obviously, listen, there was a time, I mean, phenomenal trio at Barcelona when it was obviously Jordi Alba was there, but the trio, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar, hey, Unc, it was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing. Now, in comparison to something you would understand is when Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron were playing together. Now, I'm not saying they're the same thing. I'm just giving you better context on how that trio was. When they played together, you talk about art. There's a reason they call soccer the beautiful game, and that's exactly what they displayed when they played together. So them reuniting, even though they're past their primes, it still would be a joy. It would be a joy to watch them. If Neymar is to come to the States, if it was to happen, it would be Miami. Even if he's in talks to other teams, in MLS, if it's not LA, if it's not the Galaxy or it's not LAFC, I don't see him going anywhere else. I don't see him going anywhere else. It's either LAFC, the Galaxy, or down here in Miami. He's not playing for any of the other teams. And that's no disrespect to them. They just wouldn't have the type of money he's looking for, even though they paying him. I don't know what Ash could tell you, but you know what Neymar made to go to Saudi Arabia?
Paid him a lot. They ain't get what I think Ronaldo got like Ronaldo got like 500 million for 3 years.
Man, no, 2.
We got 2 years? Okay.
Yeah. Crazy.
He got he makes 107 million a year. How much Ronaldo make? Ronaldo makes 180 a year.
Yeah.
And because they offered Messi something like that, but Messi took the MLS deal because he gets a share of Apple, he gets a share of the jersey sales.
Everything. Yeah. Right. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing about it, now I don't know if the reports are true. It might not be. If they say they offered Messi $1 billion, they offered Messi $1 billion to go, but Messi don't need no money. He don't need no money. I don't know if it was true or not. $1 billion to go in Saudi Arabia for 2 years.
They got it.
Knowing them,
I know they got the money,
and they would have paid it. But I'm sure at this point in his career, I don't want to end it out there in Saudi Arabia. I'm gonna end it out here in
I'm
Miami.
gonna end it in Saudi Arabia. I ended it wherever they got a billionaire. That's where I'm gonna end it.
Yeah, you're going, and you know that's
And look
that's
at
a
all the perks,
conversation
though,
you have with
Ocho. I
like,
mean, they got like private jets, and they got them like a $50 million penthouse, and they got all armed security all the time. Man, please.
hey, Neymar got it made. But again, you got to think where you're going now. You got kids, you got a family, you have a wife, and his wife is like, listen, I didn't like it when I was in Paris, and you definitely not finna drag me from Paris and take me to Saudi Arabia. That ain't
Okay, so
happening.
where you want to
Take me
stay?
to Miami.
Because I'm gonna be over here in Saudi Arabia while you where you are. I'm gonna get this bill. I'm gonna get this money. Because Ronaldo took the money and ran, which I don't blame him. That's a lot of money. $180 million a year, Ocho?
Yeah, man.
That's a lot of bread,
And you
man.
got to listen. You know what's
What that?
funny? You got to think about how much he's already made before he even got to
Yes.
Saudi Arabia.
I think he's like $1.6 billion. I think that's what he's made. That's what he's made in I guess with
In totality.
yeah, with revenue, with soccer
Yeah.
and endorsements and things like that.
Endorsements. Crazy.
Yeah. Ocho, a mother went viral for saying her sons will lose inheritance if they have a child out of wedlock.
I like that. Listen, that's a good way to force marriage. That's a good way to force marriage on your kids. You know, using money as an incentive, saying if you do anything out of wedlock, okay, you ain't getting the money.
Yeah.
You ain't getting the money. You know. Now, if they're driven by that, you know, if money is the motive, then you already know what you're gonna get. If they don't care about that, you know, and sometimes due to unfortunate circumstances, shit
Yeah.
happens.
The only
Shit
way to
happens,
prevent that, they can't put raw meat on somebody now.
There it is. There it is.
Man.
There it is.
How much money? Hey, Ocho. How much my? Hey,
what is it-
Ocho. This is what I'm
what
gonna
is
ask Mama.
inheritance?
Mama,
Yeah.
how much my inheritance?
Right? And you know what? It was better. It was better if we got a report, right? It would have been better if they told us what the
Yeah,
number
that's what I'm
was.
saying. Hey, Mama, how much my inheritance? 50,000. Nah, Mama, I ain't gonna be able to hold off on that.
That's it.
I think the biggest thing in a situation like that, I don't think they want to disappoint their mom because they know how important that is for her. You
Right.
know, she was probably when she gave birth to them, the dad was probably in there, and so she wants to continue that. She wants to continue that succession of, hey, we do things the right way. We're married, you know, blah blah blah. We don't have baby over here,
Right.
baby over there, baby out there, and so I don't have a problem with that. Hey, look, I don't tell anybody how to really govern their families, Ocho. How to
Right.
divvy
Yes,
up
sir.
their money if that's what she wants the stipulation. Because a lot of people have stipulations in not only inheritance, but they have stipulations in prenups. You know, you
Yes,
got to
sir.
have sex X amount of time. You can't gain a certain amount of weight. You have to look a certain way. So it is what it is.
Wait, they put that in
Hell
prenups?
yeah, absolutely.
That's a little extensive.
Till death do
'Cause
us
when you
part,
get-
or till
when-
one of us
hey,
get fat.
I mean, listen. I mean, when you listen, once you jump that broom, you're supposed to accept your partner for however they are.
No,
Sometimes,
I accepted you how I
sometimes
met you.
evolve.
I want you to look like this here. You ain't finna be no 155 and then in 2 months be 275. Oh no, that ain't gonna
Well,
happen.
Hold on. I thought you were supposed to love your person.
I
love your
did.
partner.
I
Come
love the
as you
person
are.
that I married. I don't know who this is. Somebody kidnapped my wife.
Right. Oh, that's funny.
No, I mean, people do put that. Actually, people do put things like that in the prenup, or you know, who gets the dog or who gets what, and all kind of things. Ocho, you know, obviously, pets are. You know, a lot of people have pets. You know, hey, I
Yeah.
get the dog, or I get visitation, or I get the dog, you get the cat, or whatever the case may be. But the mom says, "Look, I want my boys to be married when they father kids.
Right.
Her money, she gets to decide how it's divvied up and where it goes.
And that's
No problem.
crazy.
No problem from the Nightcap crew on that one. Ocho, a French woman was swindled out of $800,000 by scammers, posing as Brad Pitt, who made her believe she was dating him and that they needed help paying for medical care. After reportedly telling the scammer that she had recently divorced her husband and sent almost all of her divorce settlement, about $800,000. It was $798,000 American dollars after a fake Brad Pitt had developed kidney cancer and needed a loan because his bank accounts were locked out because of ongoing divorce proceedings with Angelina Jolie. The woman sent an AI-generated image of Brad Pitt's face over a man in a hospital bed.
Is she that dumb or is that stupid? It's 2025. Brad Pitt would have FaceTime you.
He was too sick. He was too sick.
If you getting scammed in 2025 out of 800,000, you deserve to be scammed. It's 2025, and how the hell you truly believe Brad Pitt need 800,000?
Because all the reports said that they had actually frozen some of his bank accounts because of the ongoing pending divorce. Because when you're in a pending divorce, sometimes they will freeze your assets if they think you're trying to hide or you're trying to move the money. They'll absolutely freeze them.
Even if they froze some of his assets, Brad Pitt has access to 800,000.
Yeah. But
even if so,
Ocho.
We talk about one of the greatest actors of all time. It ain't no Joe Blow. Come on, man. You can't be that goddamn. Come on, man.
Ocho, when you look at Ocho, Ocho. She had just gotten divorced. She thought Brad Pitt was interested in her. Hey, love is blinding, Ocho. It's like a cataract.
That ain't love.
It was on her part.
How's she loving somebody if she just left somebody? You just got divorced.
Exactly. She lonely.
And you think Brad Pitt was next in line?
Ocho, that's how you play on someone's emotion. Someone that just lost a loved one. What do? You play on that. That's how you get close to somebody. Oh, you grieving. Right. I want to be there for you. I'm gonna cry on your shoulder. And next thing you know, you done slip meat in them. You see how that works? See how that work, Ocho? You see how that work?
Hey. It happens every time.
And I don't think you're gonna get this money back.
Definitely not. Definitely not, because there's probably no way to track that.
No, probably not.
If you have a scammer that can get $800,000 out of you, that ain't just no ordinary scammer.
Are they good, Ocho?
That's a professional.
Ocho, look at Bernie Madoff. Bernie Madoff got $3 billion.
Listen, you know how to do that Ponzi scheme?
No, I don't want to know either.
We can have $3 billion.
No, you could have time. He in jail.
He not out yet?
He ain't never getting. As long as they make tea, he gonna be in jail. And Chinese been making tea for 5,000 years, so he ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Hell, he got 150 years, so I think he got 150 years. No,
they gave him 150.
Yeah.
Well, that privilege ain't work on his end, huh?
Man, you steal that kind of money, and the people that he stole it from. See, that's what they need to start handing out sentences. When you hand out sentences, they get somebody 100 years. We'll stop this from doing the crime because we're gonna if you don't serve all that time, we're gonna have to get some family members to help pull the rest of that. So you got 100-year sentence and you only do 50. All right, how y'all gonna break this up? Hey, I got 10. Nah, but it's bad. But that's what, Ocho. It's always, think about it, Ocho. They look at the scam. The UPS talk about, you got a package, but you just need to send $4 so we can get.
Oh no, they got links.
Yes,
they got links.
I ain't got nothing. I just hit delete.
I ain't clicking on. I
don't even know my credit card information, so I can't give it to you. And so I just hit this swipe, and it's gone. Delete. Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, well, I think about them days when you probably don't know about it, but I'm 10% of Nigerian descent.
Mm-hmm.
So like I used to be a Yahoo boy. I don't know if you know anything about us, but oh man, that's another story for another day, man.
Walgreens CEO says anti-shoplifting strategy backfired. The top executive at Walgreens lamented the loss of sales from putting items like toothpaste behind lock and key. Crackdown on rampant shoplifting has plagued the pharmacy chains around the country. When you lock things up, You don't sell as many of them. You don't. But some of these are like in college areas because the Target over there by UCLA campus. I mean, you used to be able to go in there and get toothpaste and deodorant and shower gel and just grab it.
Yeah.
Now you got God dang, bro. And they stand right there. Bro, can you just leave it open? Oh, I'm sorry, we can't. Okay, well, just while you're here, just let me get that, and that. Mm-hmm. But I get what he's saying because people are stealing it.
Yeah.
So I mean, they got to take precautions as far as like trying to keep you from stealing it.
Right. But then it's messing up sales.
Yes.
Because
guess what? We're not selling as many of it, but they were stealing more of it. So I'm about to lose.
Either way you look at it. How do you counter that as a CEO? What do you do at that point?
I don't know. I just have to leave it locked up because I guarantee you they're stealing. We're leaving it out like that. They're probably, and that's right. And people talk about, man, the price keep going up because they keep stealing. They keep stealing it. It's driving the prices up. Something has to offset that.
Yeah, that messing up everything.
It messes it up for everybody.
Yeah.
People don't seem to understand how the economy works. Somebody got to pay for that. For loss, somebody has to pay for that, Ocho.
And every time, I don't think people understand. Guess who's gonna have to pay for it?
The consumer that actually buys it. The thief ain't paying for it. We have to pay for it.
No.
And then they've gotten really lax unless it's what is it, like $850 or $1,000, and it's not they just write you a little citation or something like that, like $900. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, it's bad. I mean, at Target it's the same. Target's the same thing. A lot of these, like, it used to be like, where did I go? Hell, I went to Sally's, I think, the other day, and they got stuff, the grease and stuff locked. I'm like, well, damn.
Sally?
Yeah. I'm like, man, I'm trying to give me some of that 5710 Beijing. You know what I'm saying? That's why it was locked up. So my hair's still great. Okay. But see, that's why I like to go get stuff in bulk. So I'll buy.
Right.
So
keep going
I'll buy 20 Listerines. I'll buy 40 tubes of toothpaste, 15 deodorants. Yeah. Because I don't like going back because I know y'all gonna have it locked up. So, and then now Shelly just ordered it, so I only really have to go.
Right.
Yeah. But a CEO of Walgreens, I totally understand. It is a hassle to go in there when you're used to going. You're in a hurry, Ocho, and there's never anybody. They're normally cashiers or something. They're pharmacists or whatever the case may be. You got to go ask them, excuse me, can you go open such and such? And they got 1,000 keys on there.
Hey, see, I agree with you in a little bit, but I don't think you really understand the joy and the pleasure and the excitement it gives me. Now, to give you better context, remember when you was a little kid and you was going in the store? Remember Zayre's? You remember you heard of Zayre's?
Yeah, the jewelry store.
Yeah, no. Zayre's was like back in the day, like in the early 80s, late 90s. Zayre's was like a JCPenney, almost like a little bit, or a Publix or something like that, or Ralph. I think if I'm not mistaken, like a Target. That feeling you had when you're going into Target. Let's say you're a little kid, and your mama say, "Before we get in here, I'm telling you right now, don't you ask me for nothing."
True.
But that joy and excitement of knowing you was going in there, and there's a possibility you might be able to get some.
ZYRE. They're a discount chain.
ZAYRES. Yeah. Even as a grown adult at my age, there's a certain level of excitement. I swear.
Yeah, to be able to go in the store and get stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but to go to Target. I don't think you don't understand what that.
I didn't know
Target
Target existed until I got to Colorado.
For real?
No. But we had Belks, we had JCPenney, we had stuff like that. We didn't have no Target in no Glenville, and there was no Target in Savannah. Not when I went to school.
Right. So you don't understand the joy of actually going on a Target run and walking up and down the aisles. going for one item and coming out with 10.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't like to
it's
go shopping
different.
now, because I ain't never going to buy one thing. I go get
Right.
orange juice. I'm coming out with muffins. I'm coming out with pretzels,
Yes.
popcorn.
Yes.
I'm coming out with a whole bunch of.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, I do. I
I'm
noticed
going
like
to going to Target.
even when you go into like these little convenience stores, Ocho, when stuff was all out
Yeah.
there, you had all those cookies on the thing, and there was penny cookies and penny candy and all that stuff. You missed that. Ain't no
Right.
more. I don't think, is there anything that's in a store that you can buy for a penny? I can't remember last time I've been inside
penny.
a convenience store.
No, nothing at all.
Because then after a certain
And
hour, Ocho, they lock it, and then you want a soda. They say, "Can I get a Sprite?" The guy go get the Sprite and put it in the thing. You just can't walk in the store after a certain time.
Right.
Things have changed,
Oh.
and they've had to change. I mean, it's gotten dangerous out of here. A lot of people don't care anything about their life, and they damn sure don't care anything about yours. So they'll take whatever they can, and it's not good enough to just take it and just move on. They end up harming somebody. But I definitely understand what the CEO is talking about. But we all get impacted by that, Ocho, because it drives the prices up for everybody.
Oh yeah, they gonna get that money back some way.
Q&A, Ocho, Nightcappers, you've donated $550 to a. Oh, okay. I was gonna say that first, but go ahead. We got the animation. Come on, Ocho. We got Nightcap. I mean, Q&A. Nightcappers, you donated $550 for a very worthy cause. Thank you so much. Also, I'm doing a personal donation because I think this is a very, very worthy cause, and I really appreciate the young brother trying to get out there and try to help people and give back, because I hate to see people not get an opportunity to be successful because nobody will hire them because of a past mistake. So hopefully this will help, and I really appreciate what this young man is doing. But thank you guys, Nightcappers, for donating to a very worthy cause. Shout out to Dr. Frankie L. Bellamy, Olivia Hawkins, and Taylor Bell. Big donators. Doc, you've always been great. You've been here for the. Doc, I begin to wonder. Doc, you got a job? Bama Don 04, salute 44 kg to the guys coming home trying to make it in as a hard as profession. What is salute 44G to the guys coming home trying to make it in a hard ass profession? Oh yeah, but look, I get it. Look, anytime that your life is at risk, obviously that's very, 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 very tough. But it gives you an opportunity to do an honest profession. And, a lot of times there's some programs that they're out there that they hire guys that's previously been incarcerated, as long as the crime isn't, the one of the most heinous natures. And he was explaining to us there are certain crimes in order to get into the program you can't be convicted of. But I just like the fact that he's trying to help, because it's tough when somebody won't give you a job and you need to eat, you need a place over your head. Maybe you have kids or things of that nature, Ocho. It's really hard. And so I just appreciate what the brother's doing. Kitty
sir.
Fresh, your story, it was inspiring. Keep doing what you're doing. Wish I had more to help your cause. Any little bit of help, kid, but we appreciate that, man. SLS says, shout out to all the firefighters for the hard work they're doing, sending love from Canada. Yep, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. So much damage has been done to the men and women that's out there fighting, putting their lives on the line to try to get these fires under control. Here at everybody at Nightcap and all our listeners, we're sending our thoughts and prayers with you. Hopefully everybody makes it home safely. Anise Farm D, much love to all the first responders and to all behind the scene people. I see you. Yes, we do, and we respect you. The Aquarius Hill said, my brother's in West Hill grad, and I want to show his appreciation for everything that community did for my bro, his time there. But Nightcap fam, stand up. Yes, we support all good here. Laney Ray just wanted to donate to a worthy cause. Cheers to the chief and firefighters and all my fellow nonprofit workers out there as well for the fighting the good fight. Yes, Laney, thank you. Appreciate that. Bradenson, my dad was a correctional officer at the fire camp in California. He loved those inmates and working alongside them. Some of the most hardworking and kind people. Thank you. Appreciate your dad. Yes. Kemper Norwood Jr., who's the worst quarterback in NFL history or wide receiver in NFL history.
The worst
Yes.
quarterback? Nathan Peterman?
He got a strong case. Jamarcus, Ryan Leaf. I think the thing is, Ocho, is because those guys were such high draft picks. I mean, a guy that's a 4th round pick or something like
Right.
that. But you're the first pick in the draft. You're the number 2 pick in the draft.
Right, it's a lot of pressure to live up to those expectations.
It really is. Wide receiver. Woo. Blackman, Jacksonville.
But I mean, he got in trouble though, huh?
Well, he didn't feel expectations. Charles Rogers had some injuries, broke his collarbone, like the second held out, broke his collarbone, ended up broken it again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you probably have to go back. I mean, considering the NFL is over 100 years old, I'm sure there were some, but they didn't get the coverage like we have now.
Right.
Keem Abdul-Jawad, what's good, Nightcap? I'm a big Atlanta Falcons fan, and I'm liking the connection between Michael Penix Jr. and Drake London. Unc and Ocho, do you think they can be a top-tier quarterback wide receiver combo next season? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Titus.
I mean, the sample size that we got from Penix in London is so small, but it only has room to grow.
Right.
Obviously getting the off season together, getting the mini camp together,
Right.
getting the training camp together. And in a full season, it has some potential to be very, very, very good.
Because when you think about it, Ocho, Kirk Cousins took the majority of the reps with Drake London. So they're only going to get better once they get in the mini camps and they get the OTAs, they get the training camps, and he's getting the majority of reps with London. But if there was any indication of the last couple of games, that seems to be like a budding combo. Big Roo, your Uncle Ocho from Cleveland and a sad Browns fan. What do y'all think the Browns should do to get back to continue? Starting with the draft, would you ever coach in the NFL? Ocho, wide receiver coach. No, I ain't coaching NFL, AFL, college, high school, junior league, midget, Pop Warner.
Flag football?
Huh?
What about flag?
No. I don't want to be no coaching.
Nah.
It was all I could take to coach the celebrities at the basketball. Cause everybody want playing time. Everybody, coach, I'm just getting hot, bro. You just got 3 turnovers. How you getting hot? I don't know. But what you guys need to do is you got to get a quarterback. You're not winning. No team is winning in the NFL without a quarterback. Without consistent quarterback play, it is very, very difficult for you to win in today's time. Look at the teams that's currently in the playoffs. What do they all have? Quarterbacks. If I'm not mistaken, Lamar might be the lowest drafted quarterback at 32. Jared Goff was number 1 overall. Jaden Daniels was number 2 overall. Josh Allen was number 7. Patrick Mahomes was, I think, 10. Who else we leave out? Jalen Hurts was a 2nd round pick. And then Matthew Stafford was number 1 overall. But you got to have a quarterback. You got to get consistent quarterback play in order to have a chance to win currently in the NFL. Without it, you don't have a chance.
Right.
Isaiah Lancaster, Uncle Ocho, who wins Buffalo Ravens, and how do the Ravens slow down Josh Allen? Also, what are your thoughts on Brandon Jennings calling Tatum the softest Celtic superstar? I disagree with him. Who you got?
He asked he's about how they gonna stop Derrick Henry? Did you see the first time the Ravens played the Bills? For one, the Bills front line is undersized tremendously. If the Steelers, whose identity is defense, and I would think better suited to stop Derrick Henry, couldn't do nothing with him. The Bills definitely ain't gonna be able to do nothing with him. He gonna run crazy. He gonna run wild. Now you go out there and you stack 9 in the box. You stack 8 in the box. Whatever you may do. Then now that's a different story.
Well, here's the thing, though, Ocho. But the best way to stop Josh Allen is to keep his ass on the bench. And the Ravens have the type of offense that can do that. When you got a Derrick Henry and you got a Lamar Jackson, you got to be able to stop both of those guys. Now, look, I understand James Cook had a phenomenal year. I think he had 16, 17 rushing touchdowns. He was phenomenal. So was Josh Allen. But the best running back quarterback duo in the NFL it's them two, and it's not close. That's Lamar and Derrick Henry, and it's not close.
Right.
Ocho, let me go back. I made a reference. I was talking about little league football when I said midgets. I was not talking about little people. I was talking about that's what we used to call Pop Warner. We used to call it midget football.
Yeah. Midget
Yeah,
football. That's
but
what
you
we-
know,
that's
but you
what
know,
we
but you know,
said.
Ocho, you and I talk. People parse words and say he was being disrespectful to little people.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I just like to clear things up because people are always looking to try to cancel somebody. So I was making a reference. I wasn't talking about the actual individuals, and I understand they want to be called little people, but I've spoken to little people that they like the M term, and it's like it's not disrespectful. But I was talking about the group, the age, when we had I think I started playing. I was 9. That's what they called the league we played in. So, and just like race cars, they call it midgets. But some people want to take everything and blow it out of proportion, Ocho.
It's so funny. Long time ago, Unc, I had a year where I was able to stay with my mama in LA,
Yeah.
right? I tried it with her one time when I was younger, and my grandma brought me on back. I played for Wilshire Yellow Jackets. I played the midgets. That was there was no
Right.
weight class. It was the
Right.
midgets. That's funny. I just
But
thought about that.
but how it is, Ocho. People are always looking for something to try to, he being disrespectful to little people. That's a derogatory term. He knows better. He shouldn't have said this. And then all the groups come out and they try to boycott and do all this stuff. So I just want to clarify, I was not talking about individuals. I was talking about the group. That's what they call the league that we played in. Even the little race cars,
Right.
that's what they call the race cars. It's still called that on the circuit. So I just wanted to make sure we clear that up. Okay, his second part. What are your thoughts on Brandon Jennings calling Jason Tatum the softest Celtic superstar? I disagree with it. That's Brandon Jennings' opinion. I don't, it's just hard to get upset with somebody when they have an opinion or, Brandon Jennings played in the league and that's his opinion of Jason Tatum. I think the thing is now they're not required to be what the guys were in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it's okay.
Right.
There's a different way.
I'm-
Everybody
I'm-
doesn't have
I'm
to be,
curious.
and everybody don't have to be scowling, and everybody don't have to try to run people over to be successful. All I know is he put the ball in at a very high clip.
Mhm. I have
Yes.
a question. So he says he's soft. Is he basing that based off his mannerisms or his style of
Probably
play?
his mannerisms, the style of play. Baby, Ocho,
Okay.
we grew up, we always thought light-skinned guys were soft. Hey, we going at him. You could not
Right.
be light-skinned and had good hair. Mm-mm.
Okay.
We
I
punishing
see
you,
what
bro.
mean.
We already know you saw. You had to prove to us that you weren't. But in today's time, obviously, Ocho, you're a kid. You think that because, our coaches instill that. Oh, yeah, he's soft. Okay. I believe
Right.
it too. But I don't think Jason Tatum's is soft. I just think he has a different way of doing things. I mean,
Right. And he gets it done during
yeah, the man
his
is a
way.
3-time first-team All-NBA player. He's on the championship team. I guess because he didn't win the Finals MVP or he didn't win the Eastern Conference MVP, that makes him soft. So what is Nikola Jokic? He's all finesse. But all I know is he's a 3-time league MVP and a Finals MVP. That's all I know. Is he Shaq? No, everybody can't do what Shaq did. Everybody don't got to be cutthroat and trying to cut people's head off like Jordan. At the end of the day, do you get the job done?
Right.
I mean, look, there's many different, there's DHL, there's UPS, there's FedEx, there's Amazon. All of them will deliver your package.
Mhm.
Jason Tatum put the ball in at an elite level. But hey, that's Brandon Jennings' opinion. Valley said if Josh Allen had Lamar Jackson's stat this year, do you think he would have been a unanimous MVP? On that team he got? Absolutely. What's higher than unanimous? Considering that he got Lamar's stats. So he got 42 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 900 yards rushing, and he lost Gabe Davis, and he lost Stephon Diggs, and he lost White, and he lost Micah Hyde, and he lost Poirier, and he lost Matt Milano for a large part of the season. Absolutely.
Yeah. Damn so.
Yes. But he don't. Lamar got those stats. So Lamar's going to win the MVP. Sir K says, what's up, guys? In y'all's opinion, is Justin Herbert afraid of the playoff lights because regular season game is amazing, but in the playoffs, not so much? Why is that? I don't think so. Guys, y'all see, Patrick Mahomes and Brady got y'all spoiled because y'all think that it's easy. How soon did Peyton Manning win a playoff game? His first, they went 13-3. His second year, they went 13-3. They had the number one. They lost at home. They lost at home. You know who they lost to? The Tennessee Titans. And then they were getting beat 41-0 by the Jets and Chad Pennington.
Yeah. Oh, that defense was crazy back then, boy. That just D.
No, that was before they had Reavers.
No, I know the defense was.
Bro, everybody's not going to have the success that Brady and that's the thing. Brady and Patrick Mahomes is ruining it for a lot of people. Look at Elway. Look how long it took John to win Super Bowls. I mean, it took the drive for him to make a name for himself. He goes 98 yards. He ties the game. They end up winning in overtime. But guys, it's not easy
at all.
I mean, Lamar first couple of times, he didn't win in the playoffs. It takes time. And we think Lamar, we don't think Lamar is a fraud, do we? But Patrick Mahomes, his first year, he takes starting, he goes to the AFC Championship game, he loses to Brady, he comes back, and he wins it. He goes back the next year, he loses in the Super Bowl. He goes back, he misses it, Cincinnati goes, and then he wins the next 2 years, and y'all think that's common. Y'all think that's normal. Brady wins 3 championships in his first 5 years, and y'all think that's normal. It's not. It's hard to win in this league. It's hard to win games. It's doubly hard to win playoff games, and it's triple, quadruple hard to win Super Bowls. Man, y'all better stop.
Yeah.
It's just like, some people have success, Ocho. It's just like now, people think making money is easy. Making money ain't easy. Making money is easy. I mean, you get a job and make money, but the type of money that they're talking about, I want private jet money. I want Rolls Royce and G-Wagon money. It ain't easy making that kind of money, Ocho.
At all. At all. Hold on. The right way?
Thank you.
The right way. Man, please.
Brandon Hall donated $100. New subscriber. Wanted to let y'all know I love the show and what you guys are doing, but also wanted to make a donation to the Chiefs cause. Yes, thank you, Brandon. We really appreciate that. Yes, because I think it's a very worthy cause. I really do. I love what he's doing. I love to see organization helping in the community. And a lot of times I donate anonymously because I like doing that. But I just wanted the Chief to know that I really believe in him and I really appreciate what he's doing. Cal Simpson said, "Sup, Unc Ocho, been a fan since Ocho's Hall of Fame induction on the sideline. Sorry I'm late, wanted to donate, but had to pull over my semi first. Reckon 80,000 gallons of gas to donate to the firefighters would be counterproductive." You're absolutely right, Cal. You should have came by here. Let me drive that thing. I'll back that thing up and let me back that rig up by 2 miles. I'll back 18-wheel up 2 miles and won't even have to pull up once. You mad? Hey, you mad? Ocho, look at him. Look at him. I ain't never seen. Damn. I'm sorry I said it. My bad, Ocho. My bad.
Hold on. Don't forget, I had a rig now.
Damn. I hate how you said anything.
I got my CDL. You can't drive no truck, man, especially not with no cab on the back.
I hate I brought it up. I don't even know why I mentioned it. If I know it's gonna cause that kind of problem, damn.
I'm just saying. You talk about driving a rig like it's easy. It's not easy.
Is playing the NFL easy?
Oh no, that's
okay. Then I did that. I tell you what you do. Give me 2 weeks, I'll fly the space shuttle. Give me 2 weeks and I'll take the space. Hey, don't make me do it. I jump the fence at Cape Canaveral and take off on you.
I'm gonna come bail you out too.
I'm gonna be up in there. I ain't coming down. All you hear is T-4 and counting. 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. We have liftoff. Man, get it. Man, Unc said he was gonna steal the spaceship. Man, Unc said he was gonna steal the space shuttle. Ocho, I have all y'all see in the window.
Hey, boy, you get up there and get stuck, boy. You ain't coming down.
They gonna come get me. All right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go to Mars.
Nah, y'all want to do
Jersey Girl 1973 said, Uncle Ocho, love the show. Happy belated birthday. Can I wish my husband a happy birthday? And he's a cigar guy. Do you have any recommendations, Ocho? Well, Jersey Girl, happy belated birthday to your husband. Hopefully you guys did something great. You guys got an opportunity to celebrate. You took him out to a nice dinner, rubbed his feet, and then, all the other stuff that married couples do. Ocho, she says her husband is a cigar guy. Is there any recommendation?
I mean, if he's a cigar guy, I don't know what his palate like. I don't know what he likes. Like spicy, mild. But for me, for what I like dark. I like something a little heavy. I like the Lunatic 70 gauge. I love big ring gauges. Let me see what else. What else could he try? Obviously, he can try one of my cigars. 85 cigars is more of a rookie experience as a smoker, so everyone can enjoy it. But if he's a little bit more experienced, being that he is a cigar smoker, though that Lunatic 70 gauge is one that I love. One that I love and I continue to go to. The Andalusian Bull, obviously, was cigar of the year, I think in maybe 2015. That's a good smoke. Padron 1926 series is another good one. And that's just 3 off the back that I smoke outside of my own.
Yeah, I don't know anything about no cigars, so I ain't finna hold you. I'm not go.
We gonna get you a cigar in New Orleans, man.
What I'm gonna do with it?
Smoke it.
I don't know about that, Ocho. Cause my brother's a big cigar guy.
It is.
I did. You know what I did? I bid on some cigars. I went to Dan Marino. He has a celebrity. He used to have a celebrity golf tournament. I don't know if he has it anymore. And I bid
Right.
on these. There were like 10 of them, and I won the bid for $1,000.
Oh,
They dried out though. Damn.
you let
I
the
didn't
cigar
know
dry out,
Ocho,
man.
I didn't know I needed a humidor. Hell, I thought I could just keep them. It was all in a nice box. I said, man, bro, I told my brother, I said, bro, you can have these.
Right. Oh, you tripping.
Fell apart in his hand. Bro, why are you not in the bed? Damn. It's past your bedtime.
Wait, you got him on the bedtime
Yeah.
too?
Oh, yeah. He normally goes to bed about 8 o'clock. But I started a little early
Okay.
tonight. And so we started at 7, so he was up. Come on, get up. Get up. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna try to pet you. You kind of like TV, huh? Yes, I see you. I love you too, buddy. You're a big old boy. Hey, you want a treat? You want a treat? All right. We're about done. I think this was the last one. We got 2 more questions. Ocho, we got two more questions, and then I'll get you a treat, okay? Off. Okay, Nemo Brand said, what's up, Uncle Ocho? Love y'all podcast and look up to you guys. Can I get a birthday shout out? I'll be turning 21 on Saturday. What advice would you give on becoming a great man? Nemo, thank you, bro, for watching. Hopefully you're a subscriber. Happy 21st birthday. You'll never be 21 again. That's supposed to be the entry.
Yep.
Now you're supposed to be a man. You can drink. You can do a lot of different things. What is some great advice becoming a great man?
Oh, that's a good one.
It is. Be respectful. Be kind. Be receptive to courtesy. Be considerate. Take care of your responsibilities. I take that very serious. I think all men should take care of their responsibility, whatever the case may be. My responsibility is my family, and I take that very, very serious. But there's a lot of different things that you can do. Be a great partner. I don't think it's like any singular thing, Ocho. I think it's a combination of things of becoming a man. There are a lot of things that make you a man, not necessarily your age, and not necessarily just one thing. Like, okay, I take care of my kids. Okay, you're supposed to. You help create them.
Supposed to do that. Supposed to do that. Yeah.
Reynolds Birds, Unc Ocho, longtime subscriber. I have a question for y'all. I want to hang out with my friend, but she always has an excuse. Should I give up? Yeah.
Yeah. After the first excuse, that's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Yep.
Yeah, don't play that game. Don't let her play that game. How you like a puppet playing with you.
I don't know if you've ever spent any time with it. It's a little bit more difficult, Ocho, once you are like you spend time with someone and then all of a sudden they start playing these games because they kind of got your emotions. You kind of invested a little bit. But if you never like really hung out with her and you're hoping to hang out with her and she always comes up with an excuse, bro, let that slide, bro.
Well, you know what the play is. You know what it is.
So,
Nathaniel.
but at the end of the day, bro, you got to be with who like you. I mean, sometimes the best ones, the best looking ones, the finest ones, they don't find you nearly as attractive as someone. So be with that person. I ain't begging nobody to be with me. Okay, I might beg a little bit.
Choose who choose
I might beg a little bit, Ocho.
You beg a little bit? Yeah, sometimes you know you do the begging early, and sometimes you sit back and reflect, and sometimes Uncle, you gotta remember who you are now.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you gotta remember who you are. They drag you too long, and you start to remember, man, what the hell am I doing? You snap out of that shit real quick now.
Yeah. You're right, Ocho. You're right. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe, Liberty City legend, being a Ring of Fame honoree, the Pro Bowler, the All-Pro. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that like button. And guys, go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed. Thank you for your support, 23, 24, and 25 and beyond. Without you, there can be no us. Make sure you check out Shea by Laportier. We have it in stock. What better way to celebrate the 2025 New Year than with a bottle of Shea by Laportier? If you cannot find it in a city or a state near you, order it and we will ship it directly to your door. And please, please drink responsibly. Guys, got a new addition to the Shay Media family, the Humble Baddies podcast. Please go subscribe to the Humble Baddie podcast on YouTube. The link is pinned at the top of the chat. Go follow my media company page on all of its platforms. That's Shay Media. And my clothing company, 84, with 84 being spelled out. We did this cool t-shirt right here. We've got a new shirt. We got shirts, sweats, beanies, koozies, and mugs from our last drop that just released last month. Quantities are limited, so please make sure you grab yours while supplies last. Tickets for the New Orleans Super Bowl show. It's our first spring tour stop. They're on sale now. The link is also pinned at the top of the chat. Meet and greet. And the VIP meet and greet and ticket sales are officially sold out. There are still many tickets left to attend the big show. February the 6th in New Orleans at the Mahalia Jackson Theater. Be there. I promise you don't want to miss this one. Both Nightcap and Club Shay have been nominated for NAACP Image Awards. Nightcap was nominated for Outstanding Podcast, Arts, Sports, and Science. No, science, entertainment. Trust me, not science. Absolutely not science. Club Shay was nominated for Outstanding Podcast, Society, and Culture. I don't know if you caught this episode, Ocho, with Donnell Rollins, but me and that man had a blast.
Y'all had me. He had me dying. When you was on him about that goddamn bitty picture, man, that was funny.
But
boy.
He told me, said, man, look at man, I come here, I want, don't be coming here asking me all that, because I was trying to be, said, nah, I don't want that. Say, I want you to be you. But he went to school with Burns' sister, so Burns knows him very well. So we got to talking like, oh, I said, oh, so you really like, say no more, fam. So we had a great time. One of my favorite interviews. Shit Club Shay Shay was nominated for Outstanding Podcast, Society, and Culture. Please go vote for you guys. The link is pinned in our social bios. We want to thank our very special guest, Chief Royal Ramey, for joining us. Jim Harbaugh is having a hip replacement surgery, and he has a condition with his heart that he's going to get rectified this offseason. So Jim is going to be like a great guy on the sideline next year, jumping up and down. I can just imagine how he's going to be on the sideline with an improved heart and a new gait after having that hip replaced. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you tomorrow night for another episode of Nightcap. I'm Unc. He's Ocho. See you tomorrow.